catch up the flight. What we had a different plan, but as of now, what we are going to do is our last guest of honor, Professor Jaswal sir, an erudite scholar on the issues of human rights and domestic law. He has been such a voice who has encouraged not only theoretically but practically as well. So we are really lucky to have you, sir. Please enlighten us, and thereafter then we will go ahead with the media briefing.
Honorable Mr. Justice K.G. Balakrishnan ji, former Chief Justice of India, Dr. Sangay, President Central Administration Tibet, Dr. Prerna Malhotra, Dr. Ravindra Gupta, Mr. Vivekanandan, and august gathering. At the very outset, let me thank the Center for Democracy, Pluralism and Human Rights for giving me this opportunity to share the dais with such luminaries and to be present amongst you. If I go by the minute-to-minute time schedule, my time is over. It is the time for the vote of thanks. But I am not proposing the vote of thanks because I have been asked to share my views at the shortest possible time, which I'll try to do. Though it's my passion to speak about human rights, and I have been very closely watching about the violation of human rights in the different forums. I'm reminded of legendary Philadelphian Benjamin Franklin, who said that you must write something which is worth reading, or you must do something which is worth writing. And I'm so glad to share the dais today that the Center for Democracy, Pluralism and Human Rights has done both the things together. They have done something with the help of the researchers as an independent organization to assess or make an honest assessment about the plight of the human rights in the neighboring 7 countries, including Tibet. Not only they have assessed or made an honest assessment, but they have put in writing, and the reports have been released. The summary of that has already been beautifully summarized by Dr. Prerna. We have the reports with us. I think we will go in detail to that. I do not refer to that. When we talk about human rights, if you read the operative part of the Universal Declaration of the Human Rights, which was crafted after the scourge of war in Second World War, and after the drafting of the United Nations Charter, in the preamble it says that it is the inherent dignity and inalienable human rights which is the foundation of freedom, peace and justice. I believe nothing rankles more in the human mind than the sense of injustice. But in spite of that, and I'm sure you must also be having the same belief in your mind, but in spite of that, most of us, not only in India but in the neighboring countries, the world over, we suffer injustice through the violation of the human rights. We are lucky to be in India, where the Constitution, the preamble stands on the 4 pillars: justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. The golden thread of rule of law runs through the entire fabric of the Constitution of India, including fundamental rights and the directive principles of the Constitution. Due to shortage of time, I have been already warned that I should not take more than 5 minutes. I will not elaborate that, but I am basically a teacher, and teacher remains the student all throughout his life. And as a student, I have been fond of listening to stories and narrating of stories. I'll narrate a very short story which will depict our concern for human rights. There was a 10-year-old boy who used to deliver a newspaper in the locality of the rich people early morning. One day, he knocked at the door of a rich lady who was the occupant of a good house, a rich lady. She said, yesterday was a holiday, there is no newspaper, why are you knocking at the door? He said, today I have come, can I clean your garden? He said, no, our garden is clean, don't disturb us. He said, please madam, allow me. I'll do it beautifully, I know how to clean the garden and how to nourish the plants, young baby plants. The lady was refusing time and again, and the boy was insisting time and again. I don't know, I'm only husband of only wife and a father of 2 daughters. The ladies have a very beautiful heart which melts quite easily, many a times. And the lady's heart also melted and she allowed the boy, okay, you do work and I'll pay you something. After he had done the garden beautifully, the lady came with some money to be given to the boy. The boy said, dear mother, I do not want the money, give me some food. He said, you have the money, I'll give you food also. He said, no, I don't want money. I want food. So she went inside the kitchen, she had a food and she gave the food and made him sit on the side of the hub. He wrapped the food and wanted to go away. He said, why, what are you doing? I'll give you more food if you want. He said, no, I don't want to eat here. He said, what do you want to do with this food? He said, my mother is lying in the hospital, in the government hospital. The doctors have given free medicine, but the doctor also said, don't give this medicine empty stomach. And we do not have the money to feed our mother. I want to feed my mother and then we want to give her medicine. My dear friends, we are human beings. From human beings, being human is the demand of the day. The day we are following this principle of being human, I think the question of violation of the human rights will decrease and ultimately will vanish. But in spite and despite the big lesson which the COVID-19 has taught us, that even a little microbe can put us inside the 4 walls for indefinite period, we have yet to learn the lesson. The challenge before us is, I again go back to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Read Article 29 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. We always talk about human rights. Article 29 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights talks about duty of everyone. It says it is the duty of everyone to the community. Community consists of we the human beings who are asking to become being human. It is the duty of everyone to the community in which alone free and full development of personality is possible. Can we think of full and free development of personality of any person if there is a violation of human rights? The various issues they have been raised in the report of the 7 countries. Again, I cannot have a liberty of crossing my limits. I will not talk about that. Maybe sometime in the future, if I get an opportunity, we'll deliberate on that. Once again, I thank the Center for Democracy, Pluralism, and giving me this opportunity to share my brief thoughts. Thank you very much.